Hey folks, it's Queenly Gina and welcome back to my haven. So happy for you all to join me here once again. Today is going to be another beauty room edition because there is some makeup that I told you all that I would test out with you all. This is going to be more so of like a, I guess, chit chat get ready with me and less music. I'm trying to kind of figure out exactly what I want to send out to the audience, what messages I want to send out to the audience, but then at the same time figuring out what the audience actually wants too. So I'm trying to have it be a mixture because honestly, I really do want to be inspirational, empowering, encouraging, things of that nature. You all let me know what types of things you all want to see from me. Okay, I have some ideas, things that I want to put up for the future, things I like. So I'm trying to figure out, you all, exactly what I want to do. Do I want to use colors today? Or do I want to go ahead and do sparkles? You all know how I feel about sparkles. Or do I want to do both? Can I do both in one video? I think I might be able to. I'm not sure. So let me go ahead. I moisturized already. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some lip balm on, and this is the Moisture Therapy by Avon. It's the Intensive Healing Repair. If you don't want anything that is really like greasy on your lips or heavy, and you just want a light moisture on your lips without a whole bunch of shine, things of that nature, this is actually really good. And I don't know how many of these I have left. I know I bought a whole bunch of them at one time when I got them because I really like them. But I was near Avon store, so I'm gonna have to find someone. And forgive me in my throat. I don't even know. You all, I think I'm going through some changes. I really do. So I've gotta draw my eyebrows on today, you all. As you all can see, like my tails are missing. Which I don't necessarily like. They're like completely gone on the side, but that's one thing about getting your brows done. They don't necessarily turn out the same every time, and I've been going to the same person and she's really good, but this time I was kind of in a rush, and I noticed about myself that whenever I'm in a rush, I'm gonna go ahead and put my brows on. I usually use the micro brow pencil by NYX Professional, but it's has more of a reddish tint, and since there's like nothing there on the side, I was thinking that this might look better. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill my brows in. But yeah, like I was telling you all, I find that whenever I'm in a rush, trying to do something kind of like last minute or trying to fit, things just really never seem to work out well for me. I don't know if it's like an energy that I put off. I don't know if it's an energy that I put off. I think it is. I don't know what it is, but that's the only thing about this pencil. You all give me a second. I'm gonna put these on real quick and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I got them on. And I actually found the pencil that I was looking for. It was in my makeup bag, and it is the Wet n Wild Brow Sessive. And I actually really like this pencil. It matches really well actually with my hair, and it actually seems to actually keep my brows in place. I mean, these bad boys are like, it has kind of like a slightly tacky feeling to it, where they're just kind of like, they're not going anywhere. So I'll definitely, I don't think I've tested this out at work, but I'm gonna probably test this out at work because it'll probably last me for a pretty good while. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead this time around and I'm going to spray my face with this Photo Finish Primer Water. You all, look how much I have left. That is, I'm gonna have to get some more or something similar. This is kind of like one of the best ones on the market. I got mine when it was on sale. So I'm gonna, because you can use that, you can use it as a primer water before and after your makeup. So I do that sometime with this. So what should we talk about today, you all? You all want to do a story time? We can do a story time. And this is something I was just I was just reminiscing. This is way back in the day, y'all, way back in the day. I'm gonna go ahead, once this dries a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and try my new Lorac Perfection foundation with SPF 20 in it. It's supposed to be non-comedogenic and hypoallergenic, paraben-free, and fragrance-free. And that's kind of what caught my eye. I feel like it might be a little dark for me, but I'm going to try it anyway, see how it works. It might not be as bad as I think it is. I don't know. We're going to have to try to make it work. Let's see how this works out. Let me go ahead and try this. Ooh. Oh no, y'all, it's looking kind of pink. It's looking kind of pink. I'm more so like a yellow neutral undertone. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm always looking for something that's gonna be pretty good for my pores. Y'all know I like using a brush. I just like the feel of it. I don't know if it's kind of like the artist in me, where I just feel like I'm painting a picture or something like that. I don't know, but I just like I feel like I have more control with a brush. And then maybe it's because it smells good, or maybe it's because I don't wear fuller coverage foundation. I think with fuller coverage, I think sponges do well. Sponges do well. I mean, so far it doesn't look too bad, does it, y'all? It don't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I hope this really works out for me, because it's not, you see, it's not full coverage, because I still have my imperfections peeking through. But it looks good on my skin. It really looks like skin. Looks good on the complexion. Disclaimer, y'all, like at one point in time, I felt like I had something to say when it came around to like love and relationships and stuff like that, like advice to give people. But I don't have much to say except for like experience. I'm still like out here testing the waters, trying not to get myself hurt too bad by someone, trying to make the right decisions, things of that nature. Trying to make the right decisions. And I'm gonna go ahead and use, this is kind of old, color correcting eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna use it because it's right here in front of me. So pretty much the only thing I have to offer people is techniques of how to move on, because that's what I have experienced. I can't really say that I have experienced a successful relationship, because in my mind, a successful relationship, in my mind, a successful relationship would be evident. Like you all would be able to see it like right now. See, I knew what reason why I didn't like this. It dries down so fast, y'all have to really work with it fast. I would be able to show something for it, but I haven't been able to show anything for it. And I like transparency. I know woman really never should, or they say should really say her age, things of that nature and stuff. But since I want this channel to be more encouraging, I guess, and uplifting, I'm going to. because I want people to be able to relate. I want people to be able to relate, especially people my age. I've never been in a relationship no longer than 3 years. And when I say 3 years, I mean off and on, like 3 years. And then I realized that doing that type of thing was a definite waste of time. And so I stopped doing that. So starting at the beginning though, I look back because things have changed even since I was like in my early like 20s, just starting out in my 20s, because that is when I actually started. I take that back. My first boyfriend, I was 18. But it was a very long distance relationship, so I don't know how much I don't know how much that actually counts or whatnot. I did see him like a couple of times. Yeah, I'm so bad at this because it's like I can't do two things at one time, like I'm stuttering. But anyway, I'm just gonna add some type of transition color here, you all, of some sort. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I tell you, this Kat Von D is gonna hold this eyeshadow though. I don't know how much it's gonna let it butt move around. Oh boy. But anyway, I don't know how much that counts for having a relationship that's as long distance at, that age or whatnot. It's not like someone being nearby. And I never honestly knew like how legit it was, to be honest with you. Anybody ever experienced that? Dating someone so young and just really never knowing like what they're doing, especially when it comes to guys and things of that nature. I did date, and this is just, I'm doing like a comparison from dating when I was younger to dating now. Moving forward, when I had graduated from high school and I started my first job in customer service, pretty much, because that's pretty much been my journey in life, is service. But I was actually like a cashier starting out. Pretty much I saw a lot of people that I work with, people that were in high school, graduated high school, going to college, things of that nature, pretty much were paired up with someone. They had like a boyfriend, things of that nature. And I was pretty much in the space where I wanted to have, I wanted a boyfriend. Just somebody to hang out with, somebody to have fun with. Like I had just gotten my license, just gotten a car. I had a brand new Dodge Neon. I forget, it was the last one that they made. The really cool looking one with the spoiler on the back, things of that nature. My brother and I, we shared one, and it was a black one. It was really cool looking. And I remember we had SpongeBob seat covers in it. Okay, you all. Pause in story. We're gonna try out this Profusion Spectrum 10 shade palette right here, and we're gonna see like I have no idea, you all, what it is that I'm going to wear or pair with this, to be honest with you. Like I'm trying to figure out what color. Should I do, you know what I haven't done? Should I do this? I don't know, I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. These colors, I sat up here and bought this palette, y'all, and here I am being afraid to try some. I don't even know. Give me a second. I gotta think about this. Think about this. Okay, so we did yellow before, so we can't do yellow again. All right, how about we try green? I don't think I've tried green on here. Well, yeah, I did do the elf green. but it was more like a teal green. So let me go ahead and try this lime green. Let's see how the lime green turns out. I want to see how that looks blown out over the lid. This could be great, or this could turn out to be like a total disaster. So I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia brush, and it's pretty much this is, look how pigmented that is. What am I gonna do with that? I definitely gotta knock that off. But I'm going in with the Anastasia brush that comes with the palettes pretty much. And ooh, where do I even put this? Where do I even put it at? Where do I even put it at? I'm just gonna start somewhere. Start in the middle as like a crease color. Okay, so the color isn't as, okay, this is not as bad as I thought it would be. We're just playing, you all, we're just playing. I already told you all I'm no makeup artist. Not go to school for this. I just sit up and play. Where was I at in the story? That's the question. So yeah, everyone seemed to be paired up, and in high school, I went to pretty much, I'll just be honest, a predominantly white high school with predominantly white in it. And even though I had my crushes and, you know, I got looks and things of that nature, there was no one that really approached me, no one that ever like really showed interest in dating me or anything. Well, I take that back. Somebody did show interest in dating me, but I really wasn't interested in them. It was a friend of mine, and I just, yeah, unfortunately, he was a pretty nice guy, but I just wasn't interested. I never dated anyone, and my story is I used to just, when it came around to dances and things of that nature, I went with my brother. One time my cousin took me. So this is pretty much starting out my whole, people always think and look at me as, oh, you know, you're so pretty, blah, blah, blah. You know, I bet all the guys and stuff like that. No, that's not my story at all. It really isn't. Probably what maybe contributed to my personality, because I'm actually rather a reserved person or whatnot. And I contributed also probably to the grace of God, to be honest with you, to the grace of God. It was probably a good thing that guys weren't, you know, running after me and things of that nature. I probably, to be completely honest with you guys, probably wouldn't have been able to handle it. I'm just blending right now. I'm blending. I don't know how this is turning out. That Kat Von D, I think, is making things a little harder to blend, to be honest with you. And I should have stuck with the new primer that I got from Urban Decay. But now that it's started, I have to go ahead and finish. It's a good one if you want to keep your eyeshadow locked into place, I'm telling you. So anyway, yeah. So that was the color Lucky in here, you all. It's called Lucky. Now I'm going to go into, what is this, Peacock? I'm going to go into Peacock and see what that does. I'll start on the outskirts here. But anyway, ooh. When I start working, it was just kind of like, in my mind was just like, you know, you just kind of get to the point where you feel like you should have a boyfriend or whatnot, like you should have one. And I think I was at that point. And I was always taught, putting this out there, not to be running. I was taught at a very young age not to, you know, run after a guy, things of that nature. Let guys approach you, all that, you know, different stuff, all that jazz. Oh, this is kind of interesting, you all. This is not turning out as bad as I thought it would turn out. But anyway, I was working there, and back in the day, I worked at Meijer. Back in the day, we had bagger. I'm gonna finish with the Peacock and go in a little more, I think. Go in a little more with that Peacock. This is a pretty color. This is a really pretty color. It doesn't look like in the pan. It doesn't look like it does in the pan. So anyway, we had baggers back in the day, just like Kroger does now. If you all are familiar with Kroger, Meijer had that back in the day. They had that back in the day. And there was a bagger or guy that got a job as a bagger and as someone mainly who would get the carts. So by that time, I had worked there for probably like at least over a year by this time. And he got hired in or whatnot. And I thought he was really cute. I thought he was cute. And I thought that he would be someone that would be interested in me, maybe. At that time, I had moved up to service coordinator position, decided to take that position. And I guess in my mind, I felt like it may have given me a little bit more access. So you all, I am opening up the Physicians Formula, the Gold Vault. You all, this really caught my eye because you all, if you don't already know how I feel about sparkles here, let me take this plastic off of here. I haven't used it yet. It's my first time using it and I don't know how it's gonna go. But I think that some of these shades in here, since I have green on my lids, are gonna go well with this. I'm gonna go ahead and try out the one right here. Try the one right here. Right there. It's gonna be between these two. I forgot exactly how it went down. I don't know if I flirted with him. I probably did a little bit. He was always nice, always smiled and things of that nature. He was so cute. Ooh. Oh. You all see, wish you all could see this. Wow. Ooh. Y'all see that? Ooh. I'm impressed. Yes. I'm impressed with that. Impressed. I'm impressed. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it is. It goes on well. I'm not fighting with it. So anyway, one day, I think I sent him a note. It was so high school, like, I forget, I think it was another person working there that gave him the note for me, because I think I told the person that I thought he was cute. So this is back in the day when people weren't so staunch. I didn't know anything about, oh, you don't date people at work. I didn't think this out, y'all. I didn't think it out. I was young and things of that nature. And so she gave him the note and I told him to meet me because every once in a while I would have to go outside, see like how the situation was out on the lot, see if the carts were, you know, where they're supposed to be. So I had to talk with him when he was, you know, working and things of that nature. So I think the note told me to meet him at a certain spot by the carts, or I think something of that nature or whatnot. I thinking back on this, y'all, I was so bold. Like, I don't even think I would do this now. I honestly don't think I would do this now. Like, thinking back on it, I don't even. But anyway, so he met me over by the carts or something. I was sitting by some carts outside, I think maybe on my break. It was on my break. I wasn't doing this on the clock. And I don't really know. I think we might have talked a little bit. He wasn't a guy of many words, to be honest with you. I'm gonna put this up. Hope you all are seeing this. I'm really blowing this gold out right here. I'm blowing it out. He wasn't a guy of many words, which what I'm gonna get to here. So long story short though, It was a situation where he didn't have a car. I had the car. I actually work like 30 minutes from my job. So it was a situation where we started seeing each other, started dating each other. I'm trying to even remember. I think he did have a cell phone. So I did text him and things like that. And we would, see each other. And he would, while I was at work, he would, if it was lunch, he would bring me stuff to eat. Lunch, like he likes sweets, so he would bring me donuts all the time. Things of that nature. He was so sweet to me. He was really sweet to me. He was the type of boyfriend where if we went out to the mall or something like that, if we went out to the mall and it was something that I liked, he automatically felt like he wanted to get it for me. He wanted to get it for me. And I will always tell him, because I knew he really didn't have the money for some things or whatnot, I would just tell him that, it's not that I want it, I'm just looking at it, just window shopping and things like that. But he would get like really stressed out because the thing is he really wanted to get those things for me. And that was a really good feeling. But as time went on, his sister got married and things of that nature. And when we went to the wedding, we were dating for a minute. And I remember standing there with him because I went with him to the wedding or whatnot. And let me put some, just a second. You all, this is the Flower Beauty. This is actually really good concealer, Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. And I keep saying this every video that I need to get some more because it's getting kind of hairy over here. Not hairy, but it's getting low. That's what I meant. So it came to a point after working for a while, it came to the point where I really needed to start getting serious about school. And I realized that at the wedding with him, and I think his mom started realizing this too, because his mom actually worked at the store too as a cashier. She was always really nice to me. It came to the point where I had to really start thinking seriously about my future. And things of that nature. Like, he was a great boyfriend. It came to a point in time where literally, when my brother and I were sharing the car or whatnot, and I had to wait for my brother to pick me up with the car and take me home. Days that he didn't have to work, he didn't have a car, mind you, he would walk from his house and he would walk all the way up to the job just to keep me company until it was time for me to go. And then he would get dropped off or whatnot at his house later on or whatnot. So it was that type of situation or whatnot. And he really enjoyed being with me. I enjoyed being with him. Like, we did a lot of laughing and being stupid, just like young kids do pretty much, and we were just, the thing is, I'm just going to be honest. I'm sure we probably did some things that, you just really wouldn't do nowadays. Like, I would sit on his lap, things of that nature. Like, when we were off duty, like in the store, things that, you do stupid stuff, things you don't do when you get older. You just don't think about when you're younger and stuff like that. So let me get some lashes together. Okay, so got the lashes on. I am getting better at this, which is a good thing. I think I've gotten a little bit of a technique going on of how I need to put my lashes on. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I want to go ahead and I've been setting my face first because I've been using all powder. So back to the story, folks. I went to a sister's wedding and we were holding hands, and I realized how serious or how much he was feeling towards me when he was holding my hand. So it was kind of making me think I really wasn't in so much. It's not that I hadn't thought of it, but I really wasn't in like the marriage mindset. And I'm thinking that he was, even though we were young. But mind you, I'm putting my bronzer on, you all. Mind you, his sister was rather young. They were getting married young. And that's just not something I thought about. I was still in kind of like, you know, the whole boyfriend-girlfriend phase. Like, I liked him and I had feelings for him or whatnot, but I knew that there was other things that I needed to do. So pretty much, I'll get to this part of the story because that'll help you all tie things together. Pretty much his mother just kind of talked to me one day. I don't know if it was just kind of, well, I don't know. Anyway, his mother talked to me one day and pretty much was like, you know, such and so, she didn't say such and so, but I'm protecting like his name, things of that nature. You know, he is pretty much under the spectrum. And I knew that there was like some social awkwardness going on, but I just was looking at that as his personality. And that was just me being like really naive because he was smart. You know, he didn't have any deficits in that area. There was just some areas that he was struggling in. So I was like encouraging him to like, oh, like, you know, you want to make, this is how I was, like, you want to make more money, things of that nature, you become a cashier. Like, they put him on the register one day and things of that nature, and I couldn't understand why he couldn't like get it. I was trying to help him. You know, every woman kind of at least I think every woman wants their boyfriend or their man to like pick them up and take them places. So y'all laugh at me if you want to. Mind you, I was really young. I was like teaching him how to drive, trying to teach him how to drive in my car, like in places where it wasn't too bad or whatnot. And he was really struggling with that, caused him like a lot of anxiety. And in my mind, it was just kind of like, okay, like that's understandable. I didn't get my license or whatnot first off. So like you can get it, you can do it and stuff like that. You know, I guess it was at this point I was realizing that I needed more from someone. I needed more, okay? And so this is pretty much what I was doing. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the Bare Peach again by Burt's Bees, you all. There is other makeup that I want. I don't wear it often, so I can be keeping up with everyone with makeup. It'll come as it comes. Like you see, I'm just now using the Spectrum palette because just like everybody else, I'm not going anywhere. So, but anyway, that was my mindset. You know, I really should. Let me put some concealer. Give me 1 second. You all, you know, I'm liking this foundation. I'm happy that I got it. It's not the best coverage, but I do feel like it gives me a smooth look to my skin. But I think it was at this point that I was realizing that I needed more from someone. Especially with my thoughts drifting towards being with someone long term. My thoughts were drifting out of play so much and into something, you know, more serious. And then I had my mother who had concerns about him, which fair enough. Like, it was I didn't like it back in the day or whatnot because I'm that type of person that just kind of thinks that everyone, you know, potential. I'm always looking at potential. I hadn't learned yet that you're not supposed to go for potential in people. When it comes to relationship, you have to take them as they are or whatnot. So I pretty much came to the realization, especially after my mother was really she was really concerned, like, and so I had pressure. Pretty much I had pressure on me to make a decision of whether or not I need to stay with him or not, because I was getting ready to go to school, things of that nature. And it also came to my mind or whatnot that, you know, I don't want to keep this going, and I don't want to lead him on. I didn't want to lead him on to something. Yeah, you know, I'm really liking this foundation. It's doing something different that I haven't had, that hasn't been done before. Do you guys see how that looks? Do you all see this foundation, how it has like a, I don't know, it has kind of like a luminosity to it. Maybe it's the lights, but other foundations haven't looked like this in the light. So anyway, so another part of the story too, you all, like, when it came around to Christmas, I got something for Christmas. He gave me a pair of earrings that were gold. They were cubic zirconium, but they were gold. Like, they were the nicest pair of earrings that, well, I take that back. My aunt got me a pair, but one of the nicer pairs of earrings that I've ever had. On Valentine's Day, he surprised me. I was at work and he came up and he had like these big balloons. One that said, "I love you," big red balloon or whatnot. I was so embarrassed, y'all. I was so embarrassed. I brought those balloons home though, and my mother was so nervous. Like, she was like, oh, I know she was probably like, oh Lord, what's going on here? Like, no, or whatnot. No. But anyway, long story short, after Valentine's Day, I think later on, I ended up breaking up with him, you all. And I must say that has been the worst breakup that I've ever experienced. I had broken up with a long distance boyfriend. That wasn't too bad. Like, it got to a point where we just kind of like was drifting apart anyway, and we really didn't see each other. But with this situation, it was bad because I was realizing what exactly, like, I was dating someone who, he was younger than me by like a year or two. I was dating someone where I was older. I had initiated the relationship and didn't take into consideration that this person was under the spectrum, and he truly did care for me. I'm sitting up here talking because it's like I can't do two things at one time. Oh my goodness, this is so terrible. And this video is going to be so long. I'm gonna have to do some like serious editing. Let me go ahead and set this before I put highlighter on. So you all, it wasn't a pleasant breakup. It was not a pleasant breakup. He did not take it well. He did not take it well. And that was the first time I experienced dating someone in the workplace and having that awkward feeling. He eventually moved to a different department in the store, probably so he wouldn't have to really kind of see me. That's what I believe. And it was just a bad situation. He would not talk to me after that. He was so upset. He did not, it's kind of like one of those things where he didn't want to ever talk to me again type thing. And I really felt really bad. I felt really bad. It was like the worst feeling ever. Like, it was to the point where I made myself sick. I made myself almost sick. Thinking about that. Because I actually really did care. Like, I was thinking like into the future. I was thinking about all kinds of stuff. I was thinking about, you know, my career and how I really didn't want to be a cashier for the rest of my life, things of that nature. So that's how that turned out. It turned out to be really bad. And after I left that job, I don't know if he left before me or if I left first. I don't know. But I never talked to him again. And I know you guys are like, well, where is this going? Like, oh, this is so depressing. Oh gosh, it really did feel depressing at the time. I'm not even gonna lie. It really did. But I must say thereafter, I can praise God that I have never been I've been in relationships where I've been hurt, where I have been the heartbreaker. But I haven't been in a situation where anyone has like abused me, where I felt like helpless. It's always been a learning curve though. It's always been a learning curve. And after I dated him, it no longer was for me dating for just fun. That's the point, one of the points I'm getting to. It was no longer dating for fun for me because I realized that, you know, people have feelings and it's important to not just play around. I'm lining my lips once again, you all, with MAC. It's called MAC Pro Longwear Lip Pencil, and it's in the shade Morning Coffee. It's just dark enough to line my lips to give me that kind of natural look. However, it turns out that it seems to me, and you all tell me what you think, it could be totally different for you all, that nowadays I look back on those relationships and I can actually, or that particular relationship, and I can actually think about what it truly feels like for a guy to actually like care about you and exactly what he will do for you when he truly cares, you know, like getting you things out of not really expecting anything in return, because that's genuinely what he was doing. He wasn't trying to, he just genuinely wanted to see me happy. I mean, just I can see the look on his face now, the smile on his face, you know, as he handed those balloons to me. Every time that he gave me a donut or got me something to eat when he knew I was hungry, because he really, you know, I've always been the person that when it's time to eat, it's time to eat, okay? I've always been that person. And he always catered to that. So I'm trying to figure out, I think we're gonna go with sparkles today, you guys. And I say that in excitement. I'm gonna use Confidence is Key. I'm gonna use her lip gloss in Millionaire. I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna go ahead with the NYX, lip gloss Aqua Luxe. Well, anyway, I think back to the times, and unfortunately, even though I learned a lot with the relations that I've learned, that age isn't everything as well. Sometimes the innocence of youth is like the best experience, because some of the guys that I've dated now, like we put so much thought into relationships now. Like there's so much that is expected of, you know, each person. I did not expect a whole lot from him until later on when I actually started to, you know, think or whatnot. And he really didn't expect much of anything from me. To be completely honest with you, he didn't. And it was just so innocent. And now, you know, days, you know, guys want to know this about you, want to know like how much you make, how much, you know, what standing you are here. And there's just so many like intricate levels, and people aren't just ready to actually like put in the work to actually love a person, it seems. Where when you're younger, it's just like you're ready to kind of like tackle anything. And honestly, I probably would have continued on with the relationship if my mother hadn't really advised me otherwise. And I feel like, you know, it was the right, I still believe that it was the right decision. I think this is honestly just as sparkly. I think it's just as sparkly. But I think this goes well with that eye or whatnot. Yeah, I'm really, yeah, I'm really liking that. So, but looking back on it, unfortunately, just looking back on that situation just makes me realize that I haven't met my Prince Charming yet, because I'm still waiting for a man that is going to treat me as such once again. Like, I've had, you know, guys come close or whatnot, but I just honestly feel in my heart, I don't know, I could be wrong, that the guy that I was with then, he would have been, he wouldn't have gone anywhere, pretty much. And now it's like any little thing and a guy will just kind of like run, you know, if that makes any sense. There's so many, and it goes to show you too, when a person realizes their worth and realizes what they have. He was young, but he realized what he had in a person. And I feel like guys nowadays have so many options. They feel like they have so many options, and they feel like they have so much time until it's actually too late or whatnot. So no one's really willing to kind of like do the work. I'm gonna curl this really quick, y'all. Okay, so I've thrown some curls in there to make it a little bit voluminous. If that's a word or whatnot, I need to get these strays up here. But then I'll go back into my face here. I've been thinking about how nice this gold palette is, and I think I want to do maybe something underneath the eye this time, see how that goes. I don't often try that, but I think I'm gonna do that. Let me turn this curling arm off. Might be a good idea. And I'm gonna go back into, I guess I'm gonna go back into that, what do I wanna go back into? The light green or dark green, y'all? Oh my goodness. This is kind of hard to open, for goodness sakes. For goodness sakes. Okay. Or do we wanna go kind of bold and go into nautical? I think I'm gonna try that. Let me go into nautical here and go underneath my eyes. I think I should go in with, ooh, this little brush right here by Real Techniques. I'm gonna try this one. Ooh, has kind of like a wedged kind of, so I'm gonna go into that color nautical, and I'm gonna just place it underneath my eyes, just so. And I'm gonna put it all the way, just a little bit. Kind of bring it up like that. It's kind of like a purpley blue, more blue than it is purple, but it's pretty. That way you all can see kind of some other colors in the palette. I think that's pretty. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara onto my lower lashes. And then I'm gonna go back into the gold palette, and I'm gonna take another one of those type of wedge type brushes. And this is just one of a set that I got probably like from TJ Maxx or Marshall's. I need to take this plastic off here. Why do I still have the plastic on? Why do I still have this plastic on? Okay. Let me go into, what should I go into? Let me go into this color right here. Number 1. This is number 1. And I'm gonna put that, let me see how that goes in the tear duct. And it goes in beautifully. Beautifully, not struggling. You see that? You all see that? No struggles, no struggles. So just by those 2 colors, you all, like, I can't wait to use the other ones, but this is still sold in the stores. I got mine at a good price. Ulta was clearing it out actually, but this is actually, I would recommend it. Anyone who likes sparkles like I do and like gold, I highly recommend this palette. I mean, granted, you will probably see sparkles on your face here and there, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that. So now I've got that bright kind of sparkle look in the inner corner. Now let me go ahead and do some highlight, you all. Let's get some highlight. As if we're not sparkling enough, as if we're not sparkling enough. I feel like this is kind of like my signature, like sparkle nails, sparkle background. I really do like sparkle eyeshadow, like I really do. I'm afraid of the chunky glitter though, I really am. Already I have like a contact in that's kind of feeling scratchy, like I need some more contacts. This is literally my last pair. What did I do with the highlighter? Oh. So I'm not the biggest fan of this highlight, but I'm gonna use it because I don't want to spend all day looking for the one that I wanted to use. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's see, and probably use, I don't know, I'm gonna use Helia in this highlighter, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit. I don't know if this was the most popular, but I have it. It's not my favorite, but I use it every now and again. So I'm just going to put some beam, highlight my brow bone a little bit, not a lot because I have hooded eyes. So remember how I was telling you all before, like darkness makes things go in and light makes things pop forward, okay? So move this curl out the way here and go in where the light is hitting on the cheekbone here. That's pretty. I bring mine down a little bit, my highlight. Going to Helia again because it has sort of like that green tinge to it. Since we're on a green kick, I guess that's where the outfit is going, huh? So yeah, we wanna, yeah, right there. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off with the setting mist again. Remember, that's the only primer that we used was this right here, and it's done an amazing job so far. I'm gonna have to get some more of this. I'm gonna have to go ahead and spend the money because it's worth it. It's worth it, and I've had it for a long period of time, and I've used it faithfully for my makeup, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some more. Okay, go ahead and set things. Like I said again, guys, I'm really impressed with this foundation. The Perfection foundation, like, I like it. I don't know how it's gonna hold up, but so far I like it. So far, I like it. So let me go ahead and change into the outfit, and I'll be right back. So there you have it, folks. This is the end result. I'm just looking at my hair though, like y'all, it's starting to get just the tad bit warmer and a little bit more humid outside, and my hair is just not having it. So heads up, just warning you all now, as much hair as I have on my head, yes, this is mine. It will be going up in protective styling, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. So I hope you all kind of got the moral of my story, and the moral of the story being that, you know, age is sometimes just a number. Ignorance is sometimes bliss. And I learned a lot. It was a dating experience for me, and it's something that I learned from. I learned from it in the fact where you don't take people's lives for granted. Everything isn't all fun and games, and a relationship, a love relationship with someone is something to be taken seriously, and people are to be handled with care, or whatnot. And I learned that. And I also realized too that people, just because you see things a certain way or you aren't going to take things as hard, doesn't mean the other person is. And when it comes to women, like my uncle told me at that time when I told about him, because I was just besides myself, and he pretty much told me that, you know, we're out here nowadays, I think back on it, we're out here doing all this dating, trying to find love, especially women. Don't, you know, running after guys, and not maybe running after guys, but just hoping for a guy to come along and just like swooning over every guy or any guy that pays us attention. But we have to realize that being in a relationship when emotions and feelings and things of that nature are involved can be a dangerous situation. And even though it didn't turn out to be a dangerous situation back in the day, I didn't realize how that guy was going to really take the situation. I didn't expect for him to turn on me so quickly, where he wouldn't talk to me, where he was angry with me, and where he pretty much kind of ignored me. Like, the day that I broke up with him was the last time I talked to him ever. Like, he would not speak to me again. He would not speak to me again. And so, lesson learned in that department. You all have a great rest of the day. And if you're getting ready to go to bed, have a good night's rest. Talk to y'all later. Bye.